I'm looking at the shirt right now. Tell me how I pulled this off without making a prototype on the first try. It looks identical to the... Holy sh... Hello stylists, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're actually not new here. This is my second video on this channel, but it's gonna be the first of many in a new series that I'm very excited to start. What I'm gonna be doing is recreating clothes from the game Infinity Nikki. If you guys don't know, Infinity Nikki is a free-to-play, open-world cozy game where basically the entire premise is you collect sketches to make clothes, and you go on a main story mission, things like that. If you clicked on this video, you probably know what the game already is, but if you don't, that was just a brief little blurb explaining what the game is. Before I begin, this is not sponsored, but Infinity Nikki, if you do see this video and you're interested in doing a sponsorship, that would be really cool because I love the game and I've put in a lot of my energy into it, and I put a lot of energy into the project that I will be showing you guys off today. I am really excited to show you guys this video and process of creating one of my first favorites outfits from the game. It is called First Love. It was a store outfit, so you could only purchase it from the shop with Stellarite. It is currently not in rotation, but if you don't know, it is a Dorothy-esque kind of Wizard of Oz picnicky girl vibe. I was like, I'm gonna make that because I have a sewing machine and I have a brain and I have a sketch like this. Not like in the game, you know, like just with pencil and paper. I don't have the whole magic collect all the ingredients that you need and then make the clothes. It's fantasy, guys, come on. But I'm really excited to show you guys the whole process, and yeah, just so you guys know, the first little half of the video I actually live streamed. If you guys don't know, I have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/LitaIsJuno. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. I don't know, there's not really a saying for like, let's get styling. I'm like Nikki myself. But yeah, it's like this very cute, just top skirt combo, and the fabrics that we're going to be using are the ones that I have here. I already went ahead and cut out the patterns, which you guys could, I guess you would see it on the second camera. It's right here. Some of them I didn't actually cut out yet because they're just going to be done on a whim. I'm excited. I've been like looking forward to doing this for a hot minute since like last year, and so it's great. So we have this gingham here that I'll be using for the main top. I do wish they had a slightly smaller check, but they only had 1 inch. And if it goes any lower, it's like 3/8, a 1/4 inch. So it's just like, gotta live with what I got, you know? So I'm gonna start by cutting out the lining first. I haven't tested out the pattern yet, so I don't know if it's 100% like perfect. Because I don't want to cut into this and be like, oh shoot, it's not correct or something. So, we have the lining finished. Pretty much. Like this. Yeah, there we go. I'm like, am I lining it correctly? Okay. So, we have that. Right, this is... Wait. Pause. Now, something new right here. And I was correct. It turns out I forgot to add seam allowance. Wow, who would have thought that after looking at it for like 5 minutes and not knowing what was wrong, I just forgot to add seam allowance. Typical. This is why I don't pattern draft for a living. But yeah, that's basically what happened. I don't know why I dragged this on for so long. Oh, wait. Okay, I know now. On the top part. Or, sorry, the bottom. Okay. So I have completed the top here. I looked at it in the mirror and I didn't really like how it was sitting. The problem is that it's curving up here, and this was from the original pattern, so I was sort of expecting something like this to show up when I was putting it together, but I mean, like, at this point I should have probably figured that out. But basically, I'm gonna have to do a bit of cutting here if I want it to be on a more straight, like, angle rather than curving as it's going down. Because that's, like, not even what the original is supposed to look like. It's supposed to just be straight along here. But because it's curving here, I'm gonna have to do a bit of a chop, you know? So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna start, or I guess continue, doing all of this alignment and cutting. This is much better. It's actually way straighter now. I don't know if you guys can, you probably can't tell because I'm holding it like really awkwardly. But this is basically where I want it to be at. There's still a bit of curvature happening, but it's like inevitable. It will be hidden once I put the lining with the top part together, but other than that, it's looking good. So the last thing that I have to do now is sew the side panels together, and while I was working on putting this together, I noticed a big glaring thing. It's that when aligning the checks together, I obviously didn't really account for exact precision of the pattern. It only really is limited to the bottom half being somewhat in line with itself, but once it reaches the upper half, that's where it's not fully there, but it's not something that I am mad about. It doesn't look terrible. Honestly, if you don't look at it too closely, you can't really tell that that's happening. But even then, it's not even, like, you won't really see that area because one, it's covered by the bow that we're gonna be making later on, and also it's like the upper half. It wraps around your back. You won't really pay much attention to it. So yeah, I'm not too antsy about it. So yeah, I'm gonna be sewing on the last two sides here. We're gonna be trying it on. I know I'm gonna have to modify the lining because of the adjustments, but hopefully it actually fits me and that it will look cute, which actually I don't doubt. Why would I doubt my own design? Like, come on. The outfit was already really cute from the beginning, so obviously it'll look cute. This is my first time working with gingham and check to this degree, so alignment is, it can only go so well for a certain amount of time before you realize, okay, you know what? I can live with this. And that's just how I am. I'm very, what's that word? Or not word, that term, laissez-faire. Laissez-faire. I learned French, in quotations, learned, put an asterisk next to it, learned because I was required to by my schools. Alright, so I pretty much finished the gingham part. I just need to add the straps, but before I do that, I have to add the organza part. So there is a section here, if you guys see, it's this upper half, where I need to do like a very cropped organza sheer thing. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be putting the pieces together. I have these two pieces here, which will act as the ruffled collar that goes around the neck. That's where a collar typically goes. Where else would a collar go? Like, why would I? Anyways, then so the back is gonna have the button closure. It's basically gonna be like that the entire way down. For some reason, the original design did not have any proper closures for the shirt. The only thing was like a looped like back closure that had like just to release like the neckline. Like they did sort of consider that, but then when you think about it, like, okay, but how do you take off the rest of the top? Like initially I was thinking of maybe doing a zipper on the side, but I was like, I don't feel like it. So I decided to just make the entire back a button up. These ones are for the organza. So for this, all of this here. And then I have the 4 for the skirt. So that pretty much is the rest of the top. I will have to do some dyeing for the lace, like this cute scallop one here. So this is gonna be the lace that I'm gonna be dyeing. I got a box dye, I didn't get the... Everything's falling. Okay, I got this box dye, and it's the Ritz Scarlet. We're gonna try it out. I've actually never dyed anything before, so this is gonna be an experiment. We're gonna be trying that out and seeing how it works. Totally irrelevant, but I just looked back on the... Oh my god, I look so good. I don't know why I didn't have this lighting here before, honestly. Like, look at this. I'm using a new lighting setup, thanks to my dad again. He's been hooking me up with a lot of cool stuff, and I got this little rig here for my phone. I'm still adjusting to it, so it's... I'm looking back and my forehead was cut off. It's okay. I will work around it while we're working on this. Also, my hair is like this because I crimped my hair on my birthday. My birthday was 2 days ago, so that is the look for today. So right now I'm dyeing the lace. It is pitch red right now. It looks like blood in the stove. But yeah, I have to leave it in for like 30-ish minutes. I don't know if I need to leave it for that long, but again, that's what the instruction says. It's not a lot of fabric, but I would rather it be darker than wash out and look like it's pink. But I don't think it'll look like that. It should reach the color that I'm desiring. So yeah, I'm gonna just be in the laundry room. Very exciting, very wonderful scenery that I have going on. The furnace is right next to me, keeping me company whenever it turns on every now and then. But yeah, getting the lace done because I can't finish the top without it, especially since I have to do the sleeves. So once that's done, I can continue on that. Okay, so here we have the pretty much finished top. I have, oh, you can't see it from here, but I got the bows. I have just like one more thing left to do. It's really the back part. I need to make the placket. So I noticed that if I want to have the effect of the loop and button situation, because this is organza, it's like really hard to make buttonholes in. They'll very easily fray and rip and just will not be reliable. So I pretty much just have to make the loops. And I have elastic that I found that I can use for the loops. So there's gonna be 4 of them, and they're all gonna go on the back here. I just have to redo the placket. Collar's a little high, but honestly, I don't care. It gives it a bit of a oomph, in my opinion. But right now it's not closed up either, so it does look a little weird. Once it's fully closed in the back, I think it's gonna look much better. Okay, so I figured out a way to make the placket without having to cut the fabric. This is the other side, but I've noticed how I can do it just by testing it out. So basically, that pin over there is where this part is supposed to end, so that's where it gets folded into. What I'm gonna be doing is, I don't know if you could see, but I have folded here some parts, and that's going to act as our, I guess, seam allowance. This is weird to explain. Basically, I'm going to pinch that area, I'm gonna sew it down, and then I'm going to take this entire part and then fold it into where this pin is. And obviously before I sew this pinched area down, I have to get the elastic in between it. So essentially I'm making a placket without cutting into the fabric, which I think would work out much better for me, because in case if I mess up I can just redo it, but this should work. So yeah, let's try it out. Okay, so I have finished now the main 2 pieces of the top. We have the straps here, and obviously I don't have the components like the grommets and the buckle yet, so I had to pin everything. And I have the organza top, which looks a little weird, but here it is. I have to sandwich this part inside with the right side. I had this before, I don't know why I'm not registering it right now. Okay, wait, do I have this? Wait. No, yeah, I do. But then, okay. Bear with me. I'm gonna figure this out. We should be good. In that case, the more pins the better, because I do want there to be structure here. And stability. So, yeah. Okay. So pretty much, this is how it's gonna look like in the end. Like this. Let's cross our fingers and hope that all the measurements are correct, because this is the moment of truth. So yeah, time to get sewing. Okay, this is the moment. We're gonna be doing the unraveling and seeing how the shirt turned out. Okay. Okay. I had to take off my mic because I can't wear it. Hold on. Guys, I did it. I recreated the shirt. Mostly. I got most of it recreated. Holy crap. Okay. The reason I'm saying mostly is because obviously the front bow is missing. That's a very glaring, obvious fact. And also because I have to make the button closures in the back. But literally, like, this is it. This is the top. I know my t-shirt's kind of throwing it off a little bit, but I'm wearing it for safety. But, like, this is insane. I only drafted this and I never made a prototype. And it actually looks like the thing I drew. Shocked. Guys, I'm so happy. This is incredible. Because I don't normally work with organza, so I was really worried that it would look weird. But yeah, I did it. I made the top. And we're gonna move on to the skirt. Okay, so this is the update on the skirt. We have most of it completed now. This is where it's pretty much gonna be sitting on me. I have the waist part pretty much figured out. I might cinch it a little further. I'm wearing jeans underneath, which is probably not a good idea for this thing. It's pretty much where I want it to be. One thing I do have to figure out is how to make sure that the scrunch stays up, because right now, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but right now it's like droopy and it needs to have ruffles at the bottom. It's right now going like a shape. I think the camera is picking it up. It's on a 0.5 zoom. But yeah, that is what I have to do next, and once I get that done, I can make the ruffles, or I guess they're pleats. Yeah, they're pleats. Oh yeah, and also update on some items. I have received the pendant for the ribbon that's in the front. I have gotten the belt. It's not the identical belt from the original, but I couldn't find it. And then we have grommets, which I only needed 2 of, but now I have many for other stuff. So, you know what? It's whatever. But yeah. So for this part of the skirt, I decided to use a embroidery stitch, but it's kind of like a typical one. It's not the actual embroidery unit being used. I'm putting it around the hem to sort of mimic the original. It's very subtle. It's not anything too insane, just something that replicates the vine-esque thing that's happening in the original skirt. I'm not going to be adding any of the lamp chili details. I might eventually in the future sew on some red little gems on it, but we'll see. As you can tell, I did struggle a little bit with this function. I don't know if it was my machine or the thread, the fabric just did not fully cooperate with me when I was sewing it. But regardless, what matters is the outside and not what's on the inside, so I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, so skirt update. I'm reaching its completion, more or less. Basically, what I have been doing is I have attached the pleats at the bottom. I have had to do some adjustments on how it's held up, which I assumed was going to be a matter that I had to resolve because obviously gravity is a thing and I can't avoid it. So I had to use measures such as elastic to hold up the back because I literally only have a front and back seam in a way. Well, technically only a back seam. I sewed on a, I don't think I recorded this part, but I sewed on an elastic in the back. But yeah, next thing I need to do is add the, ooh, there's hair here, yuck. Uh, next thing I need to do is add this elastic around where the pleats are, so like right here inside. That way it'll help hold the pleats up because it'll be tight around my thighs. So that's how that part's gonna stay up. I don't know if this is too much elastic. I might diminish it. What I'm gonna do is as I'm sewing, I'm gonna be pulling it. I'm not gonna have a start to finish, like, pinning for it. I'm just gonna pull as I go and see how much or how little of elastic I'm gonna need. But this is like the number that I measured around my thighs, so we'll see how that works. Okay, so my goofy ass forgot to turn on the microphone receiver transmitter, whatever the heck that thing is. But yeah, I'm not re-recording that entire section. Anyways, here's me voicing it over. So yes, I have finished the skirt. I am super happy with how it turned out. Obviously, I have to fix the buttons, which are very glaringly not where they're supposed to be. They have to be much closer to the edge. That's why it is visible that there's a misalignment happening, but that is just something I have to fix. The other thing I need to do is add the bows, which I just waited to try on the skirt to make sure that it actually fit. And the last thing that I have to do is just add little miscellaneous stuff to the top. And once that is done, everything will be complete. But yeah, I got too excited and I forgot to turn on the mic. So you're just going to be hearing me talking with the furnace clearly working in the background. But we did it. And I have to finish the top a little too. I do have to put in the grommets. I have to make the bow, the front bow, and I have to put in the buttons in the back. I don't have the brooch for the side here. I do have the brooch for the bow though, but I don't have the little thing on the side, so that's gonna be missing in the final, but that is the last thing that I have to do. Plus the bows. And I just have a lot of miscellaneous stuff to do, guys. Okay, let's just try to speed right by it. I'm looking at the shirt right now. Tell me how I pulled this off without making a prototype on the first try. It looks identical to the... Holy shit. Oh my god. And with that, that concludes my video. Thank you guys so much for watching the entire thing. I know it was a pretty long video, but I'm super happy that you guys stayed all the way to the end. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like, leave a comment, anything for the algorithm. Let the world know that I'm gonna be making more of these. And I can't wait to show you guys what else I have in store. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the fun stuff, share with your friends, post it on Reddit, post it on Facebook, post it on Twitter, let the world know. And I will see you guys in the next video, stream, wherever. Catch me on every social media. Once again, it is Lita is Juno across all platforms. You can find me there. If you like hearing me yap and sew and do crazy stuff for like a prolonged period of time, this is where you go. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching the full process of this outfit, and I can't wait to show you more. See you guys next time. Bye!